and gentlemen, it's official. The Chicago Bears, led by Caleb Williams in just his second season, are Super Bowl champions. And it wasn't close. They destroyed Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers 56-23. Caleb closes the book on a season that may go down as the single greatest year by a quarterback ever. Marcus, Tyrell, Connor, the stage is yours.
Let me tell you something. This ain't about a win. This is about a crown. Caleb Williams, year 2, after being left for dead last season, comes out and delivers perfection. 4 touchdowns through the air, 1 on the ground, 79% completions. And meanwhile, Aaron Rodgers, 5 interceptions. 5! Ladies and gentlemen, we got to have a real conversation. Aaron Rodgers is not top 5 all time anymore. After this, he might not even be top 10.
Booyah, Marcus, say it louder. Rodgers is a legend, no doubt, but legends can fall. And this was a fall off a cliff, fam. Super Bowl stage, all eyes on him, and he melted like ice in July. You can't throw 5 picks and keep sitting at the table with Montana, Brady, Manning, Elway. Forget it. Rodgers might not even crack top 10 after this embarrassment.
Hold up. That's extreme. I get it. 5 picks is ugly. It's brutal. But you're telling me Aaron Rodgers, 4 MVPs, over 60,000 yards, a career of surgical quarterbacking, you're dropping him out of the top 10 all time over 1 game? That's blasphemy. Was he terrible tonight? Yes. Was this a stain on his legacy? Yes. But let's not erase decades of greatness because of 1 meltdown.
Connor, you know I respect Rodgers, but you can't go out like this on the biggest stage and keep your seat on the Mount Rushmore. 5 picks, couldn't rally his team, coach tearing up locker rooms. He's not top 5 anymore, period.
Connor, you said it yourself. This wasn't just bad. This was career-defining bad. Super Bowls make legacies, and this one broke Rodgers.
And fellas, drama didn't end on the field. Reports are coming out that the Steelers' head coach was so furious after the loss that he skipped his media session. Word is, he left holes in the locker room walls. Multiple fines are coming his way. Not exactly the post-game image Pittsburgh needed. All right, strong takes already. Caleb's coronation, Rodgers' collapse, a coach punching holes in walls. We're just getting started. Let's look at how it all went down on the field. All right, fellas, let's take the audience through this Super Bowl quarter by quarter, from early mistakes to the avalanche that followed. Here's how it all went down. Caleb's first mistake. The Bears marched downfield on the opening drive, Williams looking sharp until he forces one into traffic. Interception. Darius Slay. Steelers seize early momentum. Steelers settle for 3. Rodgers capitalizes but can't punch it in. Steelers kick the field goal, go up 3-0. Caleb settles in. Next drive, Williams finds Cole Kmet in the end zone for the first touchdown of the night. Bears 7-3 after 1.
Caleb came out jittery. That first pick was ugly. But what does greatness do? Shake it off, come right back, and put 7 on the board. That's the difference between a pretender and a superstar.
Facts. Slay baited him early, but Caleb ain't blink. He shook it off, found Kmet, and suddenly the Bears' offense looked unstoppable. Rodgers settling for 3. That was a win for Chicago right there. Boom!
And that's what I said. Steelers had the chance to step on Chicago's neck early. A pick on the opening drive and all you get is 3. That was your warning sign. You don't beat Caleb with field goals.
Caleb strikes first. Williams caps a quick drive with another touchdown pass, this time to Kmet again. Bears 14-3. Rodgers responds. Deep ball to DK Metcalf. 60 yards touchdown. Steelers cut it to 14-10. Caleb answers right back. Finds Achane on a wheel route. 24-yard touchdown catch. 21-10 Bears. Steelers gamble fails. 4th and 1 in their own territory. Stuffed. Bears take over. Achane makes them pay. 3 plays later, he sprints in from 15 yards out. 28-10 Bears, Rodgers keeps them alive. drops a 43-yard strike to Jonnu Smith down the seam for a touchdown. Steelers close it to 28-17 at halftime.
See, that second quarter was a shootout. Caleb to Achane on the ground, Rodgers finding DK and Jonnu, but the difference, Steelers gambled on 4th and 1 and failed. Chicago punished them instantly. That's where the game tilted.
Booyah! Achane was a blur, man. Every time Pittsburgh blinked, he was in the end zone. Rodgers kept them in it with bombs, but the Bears had control going into halftime.
And don't ignore that failed 4th down. That was coaching malpractice. You hand Caleb a short field, that's like handing a shark blood in the water.
And Rodgers opens strong. Steelers drive 80 yards. Rodgers finishes with a 12-yard touchdown to DK Metcalf. They go for 2 and fail. Bears still lead 28-23. Steelers defense holds. Chicago stopped on 4th down in Steelers territory. Momentum swinging. Rodgers' fatal mistake. 2 plays later, Rodgers is picked off by Kevin Byard. The turning point. Caleb takes control, leads the Bears down, and finishes the drive himself with a rushing touchdown. 35-23 Bears. Disaster strikes again. First play of the next Steelers drive, Rodgers throws his second pick of the night to Jalen Johnson, his second INT. Third quarter ends with Chicago in complete control.
Byard pick was the game, period. Rodgers had the ball, the chance to take the lead. Instead, he threw it away. Caleb made him pay with his legs. Ball game.
And then Johnson. Second interception of the night. That man was a magnet to the ball. Steelers went from maybe taking the lead to watching their season vanish in like 5 minutes.
That's what ended Rodgers' all-time conversation. You had the ball down 5, a chance to flip the script, and you wrap it to Chicago. That was legacy-ending stuff.
Caleb to Rome Oduns. Williams drops a dime in the corner of the end zone to Oduns. Bears up 42-23. Rodgers' nightmare continues. Drives into Bears territory, only to be picked by Kyler Gordon. Achane punishes again. 4 straight runs, then on the 5th touch, he breaks free. 38-yard touchdown. 49-23 Bears. Rodgers' 5th pick, the dagger. Tyreek Stevenson jumps the route for a pick 6. 56-23 Bears. Steelers wave the white flag. They bring in Shedder Sanders for garbage time snaps. He throws another interception to close the game.
5 picks and a pick 6. Rodgers was cooked, done, over. Caleb turned this into a coronation march in the 4th quarter.
Booyah! Caleb feeding Odunze, Achane hitting turbo, defense scoring points. That's a clinic. That's domination. Rodgers looked done.
Listen, I've been Caleb's biggest critic, but this was his masterpiece. Rodgers gave the game away, but Caleb slammed the door shut. That was the best season a quarterback has ever had.
So there it is. From Caleb's early mistake to Rodgers' 60-yard bomb to the Byard interception that changed everything. This was a story of resilience, dominance, and collapse. Caleb Williams wrote history. Aaron Rodgers rewrote his legacy. So here's the debate. Caleb Williams after this season, Rodgers after this collapse. Where do their legacies stand?
Caleb just went from bus talk to GOAT talk in a year. That's how you flip a narrative. He's the face of the NFL now. Rodgers, top 5 all time, gone. Not even top 10 anymore. Too many playoff collapses, and this Super Bowl disaster sealed it.
Exactly. Rodgers is still a Hall of Famer, no doubt. But after this, nah. You don't throw 5 picks on the biggest stage and keep sitting with Brady, Montana, Peyton, Mahomes. You slide down the list, simple as that.
Rodgers' career is still historic, but I'll be real. Marcus and Tyrell got a point. This loss drops him. Top 5, number, top 10, debatable now. Caleb, he just put together the greatest season of all time, and I can't argue that anymore. I still believe Purdy's going to write his own chapter. But tonight, the crown belongs to Caleb Williams.
Future outlook. Where do the Bears and Steelers go from here?
Chicago staring at a dynasty. Caleb at quarterback, Achane in the backfield, Burden and Odunze catching passes, Jalen Johnson anchoring the defense. If they keep this group intact, who's beating them?
Nobody, unless Pittsburgh figures out their mess. Rodgers ain't the future. That O-line can't block, and the coach is out here leaving holes in drywall. That ain't a Super Bowl formula. That's dysfunction.
Enjoy it while it lasts. The NFL hunts champions. Bears are the hunted now. Purdy, Mahomes, Burrow, they're all coming. Caleb passed his first test. Let's see how he handles the storm.
From a first quarter interception to the single greatest season we've ever seen. Caleb Williams just rewrote the script. Last year, folks questioned if he was even worthy of being a number one pick. This year, he delivered a Super Bowl, an MVP, and the best quarterback season of all time. On the other sideline, Aaron Rodgers, or one of the greatest talents the game has ever seen, had a chance to climb into the top 5 all time with a win. Instead, 5 interceptions later, the conversation is whether he even belongs solidly in the top 10. That's the harsh reality of this game. Legacies are made and broken on this stage. The Bears are champions. Caleb Williams is the new face of the NFL, and Aaron Rodgers, he walks away with questions that may never be answered. For Marcus, Tyrell, and Connor, I'm Jordan. This has been the final word. We'll see you in the offseason where the story of the league's next dynasty might just be beginning in Chicago.